Now, I don't want a lot of people knowing about this yet, so you can check it out below. No one really knows about this yet, but let's dive into today's video. Okay, so I had to bring in my brother Cole for today's video because honestly, since launching our new community, my head has been super cloudy and it's hard for me to even spit out sentences right now. But we saw something crazy the other day. So the other day, well, it wasn't crazy. Like, okay, so we're out at this restaurant, and this is why it's important. You have to always monitor your status level when you're around your date or when you're around your woman that you're dating, because when you're in environments where there is captivating people, you run risk of losing out on some of the attraction, even if you brought her to a nice venue. So maybe you kind of explain what we're talking about.
Are you talking about the people that were behind us?
No, I'm talking about when you go sit at a restaurant and there's private jets behind you.
Okay, so
dude, my head's cloudy. You got to talk through this one. And
you
leave this video and I'll fill in.
There's a couple people that we talked about there. Anywho, women are poachable.
No, you can't just say that, like poachable like a fish, like you caught. Like, that sounds bad. You're right. This is public. Okay, since this is, I'm going to teach you how to speak professionally. What you do is you say, listen, does that sound like theft or robbery when you say poachable? The answer is yes. What you say is women's attraction is poachable. Here's the difference. Corporate, making sure HR, which is myself, doesn't attack me. Non-corporate, day one on camera, rusty. They get what you mean. Keep going. It's poachable.
Women's attraction is poachable. So me and Casey were sitting at this restaurant. I can't even remember the name of it. But
it's in Arizona. It's called I can't remember either.
It's out here in AZ. The restaurant is connected to a private jet hangar. And so what I realized, and what me and Casey talked about after we left this restaurant.
He was my hot date.
I was. The cutest date. What I realized after me and Casey left this restaurant, I said to him, I would never bring one of my girls there because I myself can't afford a private jet. So I was sitting there, and you hear these private jets flying in behind you. You see them coming in. You see actual ballers getting off of 10, 15, $20 million jets.
I'm 28. He's 23. We will be there one day.
Soon.
We go there to daydream.
Soon.
But
you can't bring your girl to a place like that if you yourself can't afford it.
No.
Because all that happens is...
And you mind, these are expensive meals. You're going to be sitting there and you think, oh, I brought her to a nice place. I brought her to a nice venue. These meals are $50 to $100 a piece. The wine is expensive. The drinks are expensive. But you don't understand what's going on a hypergamy scale.
She's sitting there staring out at this private jet hangar, watching these planes fly in, going, this guy can't afford that, but those men are out there.
Right. So that's the thing too. Let's say to have a private jet, let's say you need 5 to 10 on hand, million, right? Let's say you yourself are a cash millionaire, or even let's lower the barrier to entry. Let's say in your bank account right now you got 200 grand liquid. That's a lot of money. You agree?
Yeah.
So technically you are a somewhat high status or rich man or individual. You can provide a great experience. Any woman would probably be lucky to have you. But the problem is now what is in visual sight, because you got to remember, women only know what you put in front of them. They only respond to what they see. So now what's in visual sight that she can see and focus on is no longer that date or that venue. It's, who's that guy out there who's 56 years old with the slick back hair? Who's that, and why? How do I get on that plane?
It's not something you see every day either.
Right.
And so when you go there, and it's not just the one guy, it's the fact that 20 guys, since we've been sitting at this restaurant, have flown in.
Yeah.
They sit there going, there's a lot of these guys around here.
Right, so that's out there. Okay, that's what she sees, is she sees that it's out there. Okay, so that's what you got to remember. As a man, you need to be your own superhero. So that's why never under any circumstances do you want to ever bring a date or the girl you're dating to a professional sporting event as well. Like, that is the number one rule. Because you got to understand, not only are you cheering for another man and you're no longer your own superhero, she sees you cheering for a different superhero. If you're cheering for a different superhero, you are literally, put it into your words.
Well, one thing that I'm thinking is, guys, I think a lot of people are probably sitting there going, well, does it really go this deep?
Fuck yeah, it does.
Casey, you're full of shit.
No, it goes that deep. It does go that deep because here's the thing. Here's the worst part. Here's the thing. No. It's not even like, you gotta let me say this one, man. let's say you have a beautiful girlfriend, absolutely gorgeous. You've been with her for 2 years, you think everything about her is phenomenal. But you guys go to a red carpet event, and all of a sudden a Victoria's Secret model or a swimsuit model walks by you. You can't control that you're attracted. She can't control. Like professional sporting events, here's the thing too. Like, not okay, so like guys go, oh, but you know, that's BS. You know, we're going there together and it's to get a hot dog and a corn dog and a cheeseburger and we're gonna drink some soda pop and watch these guys play hockey or basketball or whatever. Not only is this very bad, but here's what you have to remember also is like masculinity in and of itself is active. You're moving, you're in motion, you're doing, okay? So if you look at how the whole frame of this whole date is set up, you are literally sitting there passive in the stands in the bleachers. So you're passively seated, okay? She's watching other men be active on their mission or on their purpose or on their career. The other men are playing. You're supporting them play. She's sitting there wondering subconsciously the whole time, why are you not playing in your own game? You do not want to do stuff that lowers your own status level or makes it look like you are not as driven, you're not satisfying hypergamy the right way. I mean,
that's what I was going to bring up.
Like, there's a reason I work like 6-7 days a week.
That's what
because you start to realize like career becomes individual, and like when career and purpose is tied together, and like the reason you're on this earth is to do something productive, that is like the peak of masculinity. That's like where you become a Michael Jordan or a Michael Phelps or a Jeff Gordon NASCAR driver. You become something powerful.
That's what I was going to say though. The worst part about all of it is that this is all happening subconsciously in the same way when the curvy girl walks by you, you just think she's pretty.
Right.
It just happens. It's natural. You can't push it away.
Yeah.
So your girlfriend or wife or whatever can't even logically and consciously talk herself down from her arousal spike due to the guy that just flew in on the private jet.
Right. So me and
she just
Cole
naturally is subconsciously attracted to it.
Right. So me and my brother go there because, like, we're going there to eat and enjoy the scenery, but we're not going to bring a date there where there's private jets behind us flying in and out. And yeah, it looks great. It's a great venue. It's great for pictures. It looks beautiful. It's a perfect date on paper. It's a very bad date subconsciously to satisfy hypergamy. So that's what you have to remember. When people talk about masculine frame, you also have to try to analyze the frame of your environment. Because the environment that the woman enters into is going to be the environment of what feels to be her new normal. Because even if she doesn't have access to those guys, it looks like she has access to them because they're now only 50 feet away. Mm-hmm. And it's not about, oh, is this attainable, is it not? It's that she's looking at that going, but he's right there. I can almost see him. Okay? This is very important. What else should we add to that? Yeah, I don't know. The whole professional sporting thing, though, is just really bad. Like, you got another man's name on the back of your shirt. You're cheering for him. You're no longer the superhero of your own game. She's seeing you sitting there passively instead of being active, where she's watching the other guy be active. Like, that other guy, he's not going to come and watch you work while you're sitting there working. Why are you going to watch him work? That's like all of these distractions that guys don't even see is what lowers your masculinity and her attraction that she would have for you.
Yep.
This is my brother Cole. So I'm making this video to inform you so that way you understand you are joining this to be part of this movement. This movement is important. Okay, so the reason why I made this community, I could stuff every product in there I wanted. I could stuff in the Freedom Academy. I could stuff in the language of women. I could stuff in the Coffee with Casey recordings. What's the other thing we're doing again called?
Raw Talks.
Huh?
Raw Talks.
Yeah, I could stuff in the Raw Talks with me and my brother Cole. I could put in anything. But the main reason why you're here is because of this community. And right now, majority of men have no options. Right now, majority of men are completely single. Right now, majority of men have no brotherhood to fall back on. And on top of that, if you actually think about it, they're completely alone.